You know what you guys need. You guys need us to kick it off. Here you go.
It's DJ the Money Coach coming to you live. That's right, baby. And Kinder Rocks Beach and Zanzibar. Living that pom-pom lifestyle. Giving your money, peace of mind. Come join us on the beaches of the World Club. Because you know what? I am my ancestor. And you are too. You deserve this. Get with me, baby. Tell them that beautiful little shit out there. All right, so you know what you got to do. The 4 dirty little words. Number 1, discipline. Number 2, accountability. Number 3, plug into the 7 spheres of money system. And number 4, put your head down, go to work. In 3 to 6 years, you can be completely consumer debt free. Pay off your house in 5 to 7 years and have a 6-figure income by business, real estate, leveraging the tax laws. But first things first, you got to hit that link, come to the masterclass, and get freedom right now today. Peace.
Alrighty. I had to kick that off with some energy, with some good vibe. You guys, I got on my Zanzibar robe. I was gonna put on plenty of money, peace of mind, but I didn't have a chance. I wore it to the gym the other day, and people were like, "What's that mean?" I'm like, Google it. So listen, you guys. Listen, yesterday's show was crazy. We had over 600 people here in the live stream. Let's see if we can get those numbers up here today because, yesterday we were talking about student loan debt and y'all was nervous, but we had to go there. We found out, we found out Gen X has the most student loan debt, 40 to 55. They still going back to school. They racking up debt. We got to be able to get them free. How are we going to get them free tonight, DJ? How?
Since I played baseball in college, played baseball in high school.
I'm a little sore with the baseball right now. ECU lost to Texas. Then Texas went up there and got dusted by Texas A&M.
They got spanked.
I mean, I was like, ECU. We had a 20-win game streak. 20 games in a row. We got too hot too early. We needed to save it for the end. So go ahead, DJ. Talk to him.
All right. So here's the deal. I'm gonna tell your people the unadulterated, flat out truth. See, this ain't sexy to young people, but it's sexy to older people. Because here's the reality, Ericka. Wealth built right is built slowly. I'm gonna say that again. Wealth built right is built slowly. Here's what I teach my children, and here's what I teach my clients. Master the easy things in life, trying to do all the shortcuts, all the hacks, all the tricks. And life gonna appear to be great right off the jump, but you're gonna pay heavily on the back end. Mm-hmm. There used to be this commercial back in the day by Meineke, pay me now or pay me later.
Oh, when it was the brakes commercial. I think I remember that.
Exactly. So here's the deal. You did a show yesterday about student loan. I had an experience. I'm very rarely surprised by anything 20 years doing this, right? Yesterday, I sat down with a young lady this will blow your mind. This young lady had $400,000 worth of student loans. And she was only 35.
Everybody in the chat, put 400 in the chat right now. Put 400 in the chat.
And I'm not saying this to call this young lady out. I'm saying this to help this young lady out. Because here's the reality. 3 things. Number 1, that's predatory lending. Because the young lady had a couple of degrees. That one of the degrees, put her in a job that can pay her 6 figures. But the reality is, no one should have given her another loan. Once it eclipsed like $150,000, $200,000, there's no way she should have gotten a loan by any institution. Do y'all hear me? No way. I thought that when she said what she had, I thought she said 48,500. She said no, 485,000. Now, mind you, this young lady ain't even 36 years of age yet.
Oof.
Now, here's what I will say. If the young lady is listening, I'm willing to help her. And I told her I would help her out of her situation. And she's super smart, razor sharp, taking the course with Diamond Dave. Shout out to Diamond Dave. She's been working with Diamond Dave for 2 years, and she's making good money as a trader and teaching other people how to trade. But here's the reality. that $485,000, that is a noose.
Yeah. She needs a plan.
Because right now, the statistics show people who have $50,000, $100,000 worth of debt, the average student loan normally was paid back in 10 years. But before, for Gen X or whatever this generation we're talking about, the millennials, I'm talking right now, children from age 19 to 30.
Right.
And yes, I called you children because I've been on this planet 5 decades. You are a child to me. And I don't mean that disrespectfully. I mean it real facts because you don't have my experience. Okay. So children 19 to 30. Here's the deal. If you have loans between $10 to $150,000, $200,000, those loans by law are to be paid off in 10 years because that's the time frame. It's a 10-year loan. But when you go into forbearance, refinancing, now the statistics show that student loans is the highest debt outside of our personal debt to other countries, $1.75 trillion. And now, Ericka, the average person is taking 19.7 years to pay off their student loan debt.
Oof.
I'm going to say that again. You can go check this for your facts. $1.75 trillion student loan debt normally used to take 10 years to pay off. But when we start implementing these forbearances, refinancing, consolidations, they roll you over just like the 50-25 rule. It's all a trick. So now the average person is taking 19.7 years to pay off a debt that was normally 10 years. And if you're taking 19.7, you're paying 3-4x. I'm going to say that again. You're paying 3-4x. Okay. So what is the solution? It's to get back to the basics. Get out of debt. Get the good feeling. Get out of debt. The other factor is don't take on any debt that you can't show that you can 2 to 5 years make the money that you're borrowing. I'm going to say that again. If you take on $10,000 worth of debt, then you need to show me from a skill set, an experience, a business, a real estate asset that can make you $10,000 for you borrowing that $10,000. Don't take that debt in the assumption that I will get a job, I will learn a skill. That don't work, baby. That dog don't hunt. So what I tell my people, Ericka, is that when I borrow a dollar, I can tell you how that dollar is going to make me money. If I'm investing in myself for my education, I'm investing in technical skill sets. I'm investing with Master IT. I'm investing with Chris Johnson, the Jumpstart Academy.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're teaching me technical coding skills that I can literally come out of their certification, don't know nothing, make 40, 50, 100, $200,000 a year.
And this is the share of total student loans provided by the United States from 2000 to 2021. It's huge, y'all. It's insane.
It's crippling. It's actually now the first generation is actually going to be worse off financially than any generation before that.
And
that's the reality.
The red is the grad loan, grad plus loan, which means they've maxed you. I used to work in a financial office. They done maxed you out. And now they're giving you a grand plus loan. It's getting bigger, you guys. It's grand plus loan, 12%.
And this is the reason why you cannot bankruptcy out of it, because it's a bag of tricks. And how do I know? Check this out. When I was in the bill pay business in Chicago, okay, Chicago had this parking meter deal. So they sold the parking meter revenues to a foreign company off in the Southeast. In the Middle East, I'm sorry, in the Middle East. And for that, they said, we're going to guarantee you. It was like a $2 billion deal at the time, Ericka. And at that point, when the government sold that contract in Chicago, they now enforced it by saying, if you don't pay your parking tickets, we will suspend your license. Let me give you another bag of tricks. Do you know now, since 2017, under the Obama administration, they put a rule in to actually take your passport from you if you owe IRS taxes. Do y'all know this? Do y'all know this?
I know a person got held.
And yes, and I know a person personally that's got hooked up by that. That is ridiculous. So they are infringing on your freedoms. And there's a saying my grandfather taught me, the big print giveth, the little print taketh away. So let me tell you, Mr. MBA, PhD, who think you smarter than the average Joe. when you don't read that contract, forbearance ain't free. Putting your payment on pause ain't free, because you know what keeps coming? The accrued interest. Ask yourself a basic hood question. Why are they going to do something for me for something for free? It don't exist. If they stopped your payments, they're not stopping the interest. And if you reactivate it, there are fees to be assessed to it. But you don't read the fine print, thus you are under the rock. So how do we get out of that? We get more back to the basics, back to what I initially talked about in the sports analogy. Newt Rockne, who used to be the legendary coach for the Notre Dame, Irish. Every beginning of spring training, he would say, this is a football. All our goal to do, Ericka, is to move the chains. It is 10 yards to a first down. We got 4 downs to get that done. Yes, you want to get the long bomb. That looks pretty. You want to see the dude break up the sideline, run 70 yards. But the reality is, if you just fundamentally move the chains every 4 downs, 10 yards, you will score. That's right. And again, I'm not calling out. I'm saying there's no way in heck that I would allow this young person to get indebted like that. That is predatory lending at its highest level. And no matter how sharp you are under compulsion now, because everything that you do is compromised because you're thinking about this heavy anvil on your shoulder. So even if you statistically make $250,000 a year and you're paying 7% interest, let me give you something that people don't understand about the rule of 72. See, most people say the rule of 72, you take the number, divide it 72, it tells you how quickly your money doubled for you. But the reality is, it also shows you how your money doubles against you. Did you hear me, ladies and gentlemen? If you're paying the bare minimums on anything that you're borrowing money for and you're paying the minimums, that rule of 72 works against you. That's why if you borrow $5,000 on a credit card and pay the minimum payment, it take you 32 years to pay it off, and you will pay $38,000 for a $5,000 loan. So check this out. Again, get out of debt. Now let me show you the opposite side on the positive side. Okay, I just got off a session with a sharp young couple that their parents put them in position to win. And they are borrowing the same financial principles that I talk about every time I speak to your people and everybody else. Their parents helped them get their home. Their parents helped them with their debt. They got professional jobs, and then they have signed themselves. They had emergency fund. This couple was like 27 years of age, sharp, look like us, teacher, sales entrepreneur, right? And you know what the best part about it, Ericka? They were working together. They did all of their sessions together with me. There's a tip. There's a tip.
Same page.
Same page. They
you know how many calls I do, and it's somebody's got a great big plan and their husband ain't on the phone or their wife ain't on the phone. I'm like, it ain't gonna work.
Red flag, baby. Red flag.
Whatever the plan is, it ain't gonna work because you can never convey back.
So check it out. So I'm sitting down with them. I finished their financial plan. Do you know at 26, 27 years of age, they are in the top 20% in American wealth at their age. And guess what? That could be the model for every person on this planet. They actually have middle income wealth in addition to middle income. I'm going to say that again. They have middle income wealth. If y'all catch this on the way home or in the replay, you'll know what I'm talking about. So what does that mean? That means if I have middle wages and the middle household income for a family of 4 is $64,000, the middle income wage for an individual is $48,000 to $50,000. They actually have the assets that if something were to happen to them, ladies and gentlemen, they still can live the middle class lifestyle. And in 2 to 5 years, we put their plan together, Ericka, they're going to make $250,000 be worth $1 million running the basics. Which you first asked me the question, people are, man, he's going elongated. But I got to go elongated because here's the reality is that I sit down with so many people who think they know so much that they don't know nothing. And let me give you another example. So I sit down with a sharp couple that was referred to me because, I invest in businesses, right? Every year I find 4 businesses that look like us and we invest money 6 figures in them. If they got a business plan, they got a great system, they got a great team, we help them live the American dream, right? So last week, serendipity, because I've been doing this for 20 years. So my best friend, he calls me up. He said, hey, man, I got this couple real sharp, man. They're looking for $300K. He said, the only thing is, I know you don't like this. He said, they are in the franchise business. I don't invest in franchises, okay? Unless I'm in desperation. I met with them. This couple, crispy sharp, Ericka. They're in the mortgage business. They're in the construction business. 4 and 6 years younger than me. But now let me give you a lesson that 98% of these people on these platforms outside of you, Ericka's doing everything right, ladies and gentlemen. Let me reinforce. Ericka's doing everything right. So guess what? When you start a business, if it was traditional, the first thing you do is go find an office. Then you sign a 5 to 15 year lease, right? Don't nobody question that. They spend the money, correct? But since we live in the internet world now, most people are working from home, working remote and stuff like that. So they cut corners. You see what I'm saying? Hey, what's going on? Shout out Shantae. She's awesome. Awesome person. Awesome. She joined the program, matter of fact. So check this out. So this couple done millions of dollars in the construction business and the mortgage business. They bought into this franchise. And when I sat down and talked to them, they were so sharp. I said, I got to help them out. I'm not trying to turn them into clients. You hear me? I'm just trying to see how I can invest with them if it's a win. So I said, first thing first, I said, you got a franchise. Let me ask you a couple of basic fundamental questions. And I'm posing this to the people that are listening right now. All the special ones think they know more than everybody. The ones that don't have a real business, that making maybe a couple of $100,000, making $500,000, but they really don't have a business. Let me tell you why. Anytime you go into an agreement with a Fortune 1000, Fortune 500, Fortune 50 company, first, here's the fundamentals that you got to have in place. Number one, you got to have a buy-sell agreement. Y'all probably don't even know what the hell that is. Buy-sell agreement. You know what that means, ladies and gentlemen watching this? If Ericka and I go into business together, Ericka is the magic in the business. On the good side, if something were to happen to Ericka and she wanted to check out, we have a designated price, market value of what the business is worth, and we are able to sell it back to each other. That is the basics of a buy-sell agreement. What that will prevent is for legacies, trusts, and stuff to break it up and go into probate. So this is the version of a will as pertains to business. It's called a buy-sell agreement. That's number one. Number two, you got to have a key man policy. Oh, what's a key man policy, DJ? Well, a key man policy is the same thing. If I am the magic in the business, Ericka, and I just get hurt and you got to replace me on the sideline, that key man policy will pay you for the time and the expertise to train or find that person to replace me. That's called a key man policy. Okay. 98% of your people who watching these shows and these people out here who claim they run $1 million businesses, they don't even have that stuff. You know why they don't have that? Because Robert Kiyosaki said one crucial thing when Melvin and I met him 18 years ago. And this ain't me dropping no names or anything like that, because I don't roll like that. I'm just telling you facts. Robert Kiyosaki, he built a Velcro wallet business, first person to ever create the Velcro wallet. He made like $3 million. And he made one crucial mistake because he was being penny wise and dollar foolish. He would not pay $50,000 to trademark his actual wallet. And a year or maybe 2 years later, he went back to a major expo like you going to VidCon, and the dude knocked his shit off. The dude went out, trademarked his business. And guess what? Robert Kiyosaki business went to zero just like that. So what is the moral of the story? Is number one, if you're really playing business and not playing hustle, side gig and all that, build the business, lay the foundation. If you're going to build a business, number one, get the proper business tools. Get a CPA, get a financial planner, get a legal advisor, get the proper insurance products. Don't cheat yourself, because here's what'll happen to most people that make it, luckily, ignorance on fire, then they step on and get somebody that blesses them and get them a bunch of business, and now they are an amazing liability. They don't realize it. What do I mean? Let me talk to you real estate investors, okay? Any one of you real estate investors out there that got 1 to 10 properties and you don't have an umbrella policy on you are a fool. Why do I say that? Because if I know you got the property, I will sue you in civil court, and you say, "Well, I got regular homeowners insurance." But yo, homeboy, homegirl, I can still sue you personally in addition to that policy you got on your homeowners insurance. Go do the research, okay?
Yo, real quick, put wallet in the chat. Because I worked for a woman who had rubberized oil pans, and she did the same thing. She had a 12-year lock, the end of the Iraq war getting close. 12 years ran out. Boom. Everybody had her rubberized oil pans. It happens way more than you think. Part of what I want y'all to understand is you saw the post I put on the community chat. I put P&L. I did a video and I said P&L, which is profit and loss, balance sheet. And I'm trying to think what the third thing I put in there. I think I put
income statement
or something like that. And people like Ericka think she being all smart, naming these things. She ain't being helpful. And I'm like, P&L? Balance sheet? I mean, I literally was like, do I need to call QuickBooks for them to give a free tutorial?
I remember seeing that comment by the person who was talking about, dude, that ain't even kindergarten.
That's the like if you go in the bank right now, DJ, they're going to say, bring me your P&L, bring me your balance sheet, bring me your K1s, bring me your asset form. What's the form where you get all your assets, liability form, whatever it is. You know,
that's your balance. That's your balance statement.
Balance statement.
It's your balance statement.
And I'm
income statement for your assets coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Balance statement is for what the value of net worth or your equity leverage of what your business is.
And so people out here acting like I'm being a smart A, DJ, and I'm like, this is basics. This is how when you have all these people out here hollering at me, talking about they a business owner and they don't need this and they don't need to pay for training. They don't need to pay for consulting. Okay. Even the smartest people have hiccups. I pay for consulting higher than me because I can only go as far as the knowledge I have.
Wait. Say that again, Ericka. You do what?
Even I pay for consulting because I can only. This is where people take themselves out the game. If you don't know something and you try to, caveman your way through it, push your way through it. I think even Grant Cardone tells them keep selling on year one over and over. You will get stuck. It'll be bad for you. So, even I get consulting. I mean, I'm laughing at this, y'all. Like I was going to go to VidCon this week, but instead I'm going to focus on Vid Summit and traffic and conversions a little bit later this year and conference. And people are like, man, you go to all the conferences. I said, because there's something there I don't know. If there's somebody there, like, let's just go honest. If I'm trying to talk to somebody on the phone and I can't get them on the phone, I can't get them on Facebook, I can't get them on Instagram, I'm going to go to the conference with my big Ericka personality and walk over there and talk to him in person. We're going to get on the phone. You know what I'm saying? Like some way, somehow we're going to get on the phone because they have an answer I'm looking for. That's what I'm saying.
And again, hey, guess what? Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we're excited. We're happy for your future.
We want y'all to win.
At the same time, we want you to win, but at the same time, you want somebody who's going to tell you what you need to know and not what you want to hear.
Well, build the foundation right.
Right. There was a great interview with Coach Mike Tomlin on the Pivot yesterday. And he said, you know what? Here's the problem with America. We always want to revert back to comfort. We don't want to stretch ourselves. You got to get uncomfortable with being uncomfortable so you can have what you deserve to have, because you got to do what you have to do so you can have what you want. I mean, that's the reality. So when I sit back in my experience, so let's go back to this couple here that was 4 and 6 years younger than me, right? Mm-hmm. Very successful, millions of dollars in construction business. They actually took the franchise that they bought and they did the bill out time in 1/3 of the time, because the guy runs a very successful construction business. They got the mortgage piece, but by not knowing the key man policy piece, not knowing the buy-sell agreement, not knowing the income interruption insurance that covers your actual billable contracts, ladies and gentlemen, they had exposure. So you know what ended up happening? Kudos to them. And you very rarely see this when people are successful, Ericka. It's hard for them to pivot because they can't understand why, if I made this success over here and know something that I don't know, and then their ego's getting away. But this couple was just the opposite. They said, hey man, you just told us about several things that we are exposed to, and we actually are adding value to this franchisor, and they're taking that and making it theirs because they own the franchise. And what I told them, Ericka, I said, here's what you got to do. You got to have a tough conversation with them. So you got to sit down with them after you do all your due diligence and what I'm talking you about, talk to your CPA, talk to your attorney, and then go back to them to leverage them. And if they really got your best interest in heart, they're going to say, you know what? We will provide these concessions for you. And at that point, they turned on a dime and said, hey, how do we hire you, DJ? I said, I'm not trying to sell you on my services. It was like, but obviously, you know more than we know. You're more experienced than we are, and we're trying to win. But you know what generally happens, Ericka? When you share some information like that with people, they get their feelings hurt, and then they start complaining, and then they start blaming. I'm gonna say that again. They get their feelings hurt, then they start complaining, then they start blaming. But you know what real winners do? They look in the mirror, take an assessment accountability of what they're responsible for, and then they say, you know what? I fall short because I don't know. But since I got my health, I'm gonna go get consultation with people ahead of me so that I can win. And what this couple did, they turned on a dime, became members of our program, and then they turned around and say, look, hey, I want to see what the other stuff you're doing. And you know what the main reason why that was, Ericka, is because they came from a reference in STEAM, okay? And this is important for you people watching this replay, okay? Is that through science, technology, entrepreneurship, but most importantly for people to look like us. Right now I'm talking specifically to the Black people, unapologetically. You have less access to mentorships to get you to the next level. It's not your talent. It's not your skill. It's your inability to bridge the gap and get access to get mentorship. So what they came from somebody I've been knowing for 13 years. So that was the access and the credibility that this person was very successful. So why would he refer them to somebody who else is not very successful? Instead of doubt that, they went right with it. They made the pivot. They changed on a dime. And now not only they became clients, they also are becoming investors with us. And we're also going to help them in their franchise business. Think about that. Most people would have had an attitude, ran off to the hills and been stumbling and tried, like you say, soldier through and try to show their bravado. But you know, at this point of the game, just like that young couple, they say, hey, we want to play the game smart.
Look, fast is smooth. Smooth is slow. Right? When you're at the gun range and people are trying to do all this stuff, it's like, no. Fast is smooth, smooth is slow. So if you can't go smooth fast, you need to go slow. I'm going to hit 2 points and then I'm going to let you attach back in. So first thing I'm going to see right here, this guy says, I'm an adjuster and we sue people all the time, contribute to the losses they cause. Let me be very clear. We had an adjuster go back and forth for literally a month and a half. He's climbing under the vehicle. He's like, this part, he's taking pictures. What you have to understand is I love adjusters. They are on the side of the insurance company, but depending on the policy you got, they're your best friend. Okay, you got a good policy. That's what's up. Number 2 on that one is you can never have enough insurance if you don't ask the right questions. So we had an eviction this Tuesday in Detroit, and I want to go ahead and give a big classy climb thank you to the 7 people who drove by our property and took pictures. Because once I talked to my attorney here in Austin, they were like, "You are not filming a thing and you are not getting on a plane." So the third thing is I had fire insurance that lapsed. I did not know. When they sent me my policy, I didn't notice any changes. And I said, hey, I'm getting ready to have a tenant out. You know, Detroit's known for fires. Can you guys make sure my fire policy is on there? Lady's like, oh, you don't got it. Let's get it on there today. This is like Monday, 8:00 at night, DJ. They're putting this fire insurance on because they're like, people have a tendency to act crazy when they get evicted. So, you know, these things are important. And I think a lot of people gloss their eyes over when we talk about insurance, but it really is a helpful savior. Trust me, insurance been in the business even before slavery, right? Insurance was insuring boats. They were insuring goods. They've been insuring.
They were insuring slaves too.
Yeah. They make sure they going to get their money in. So you want to make sure you have the best policy that fights for you. So I want to read off some of the things people put on the right-hand side here real quick, DJ. Cash flow statements. Account receivables, right? See, these are terms that when I keep telling y'all to go on QuickBooks, DJ, you know how many people call me and they making 70, 80, 90 a year in some side business, some flea market, some, you know, selling stuff on Marketplace. No QuickBooks. Everything ran through PayPal with a PayPal debit card. No business bank account. I'm like, you are the giantest liability. If something happens to you, if one sale goes wrong, if PayPal locks your card, that's a bad day. It's a bad day. And this is why people can't qualify for housing. They don't have their information right. P&L, income statement, balance sheet. Yes. Cash flow. There you go. Look, he right here. My brother's starting a luxury rental car business and is already dealing with the customers in court. Y'all already know it's coming. Okay, go ahead, DJ. I'm just reading, see if I missed something. You guys got a lot of good stuff in here. I'm telling you.
So let me just say this to these people here, okay? I'm going to reiterate this. And I'm going to tell you, stop using the wrong King's English. So when I talk about the 4 dirty little words and the 4 P's to success, what I call the 4x4. First thing, Ericka talked about at the beginning of the show. What are the 4 dirty little words? Number 1, discipline. Discipline yourself or you will be disciplined, okay? You don't have to like me, but you will respect that I know what I'm talking about, okay? Number 2, be accountable. Number 3, plug into a winning system. And our system just happened to be the 7 spheres of money, and I ain't going to lie to you. It's the best one for the middle class market on the planet, and I will stand it up against anyone that you come in contact with, okay? Number 4, do the work. But then on the intangible side, the first P is professionalism. When I say speak the King's English, people think I'm talking about English exactly. No, you know what I'm talking about? Know the jargon of the industry that you're in. So you can build a bridge with a person you're trying to engage with, as well as speak proper English, okay? Number 2, put persistence for your goals. Number 3, perseverance, having the intestinal fortitude to overcome the insurmountable. And number 4, when you have a sliver of an opportunity to impress somebody, you perform, no questions asked. That's the 4x4. What does that mean to you people? What does that mean?
Wait, Jay, let's stop the show for a second. Mr. Derek White came into the chat. He used the word I hate. Discipline is his favorite word. He's a Marine. You know these Marines.
Simplify, baby.
They wear it out. But go ahead. Finish.
That's right. My dad was a Marine. My uncle was a Marine. You daggone right. Shout out to Derek White. Word. Exactly. So here's what I'm saying. And we got to get out of this because this is a cultural thing. So let me talk to you from some cultural bad moves that you're making. You know, things you'd avoid. Stop saying. Stop using the word hustle. Stop using the word hack. And I don't give a damn if you don't like what I'm saying. I'm just telling you, your brain interprets it a different way. Because if you're hustling, you ain't being serious about building something that's going to last after you gone. If you hacking, normally, yeah, it's a shortcut, but it's really trying to do a trick, but it's not going to be long term. So think about the connotation of what the mind is interpreting, okay? So if you're really going to be about that business, you should build a business like a Fortune 1000 company does. You should build a business like a Fortune 500 company does. And if you do it that way, you will always have something that you can create for generations to come. Okay? Because again, you're trying to create quick stuff.
Yes. You're making short-term decisions to long-term problems.
Exactly. We're building systems. We have teams and we have plan, and we just work those things consecutively for 2 to 5 years. And again, even with the young lady with the almost $500,000 worth of stuff, I told her with her skill sets and her aptitude and her go-getter mentality, in 5 years, I can still get her free as long as she got her health. And you'll say, how can you do that? Well, real simple. I can show you how to use techniques to transfer that debt into assets and actually dissolve those assets through a little thing called substitution of collateral. Yeah, I can show you how to make money on the purchase, which is the only way you really make real money. What do you mean? This market is about to correct itself in the next 18 months because of the hyperinflation. And as the interest points go up 0.5 point, 1/4 of a basis, you no longer have the buying power that you used to have. And most of you, because you don't study history, go back to the SNL scandal of the mid 80s. All the SNL scandal was recession. And all the pandemic scandals are the Great Recession. Y'all catch that on the way home and you'll get that on a replay. But if you're in a position of building the fundamentals and stop trying to be sexy and ghetto fabulous, you will actually benefit because you will build up cash, you'll build up credit lines. And when the prices go up and the people who can't afford them no more, they'll come back to the table because here's another dirty little secret that we talked about in the foreclosure market. 7 million people still in forbearance. And you know what the sad thing about it, Ericka? The people that take the forbearance who don't need it, they're greedy. So they end up biting the bullet on the end because they thought they're getting a free ride. But again, the big print get it, the little print take it away. So here's what's happening right now. People asking me right now, what should I be doing right now? Right now, you should be stashing your cash. Number 2, you should be building the credit lines and keeping them active. Did you hear what I said? If you got $1 million worth of credit line, you're not using it, they're going to constrict and eliminate it. You need to keep it active. Okay. Do you understand what I'm saying? Keep it active. All right. And then when you are in position, you're going to have, because there's 7 million forbearances still in forbearance. Right. There's over 7 million foreclosures. Okay. Those people are looking just like you. You're thinking these are people that are in the hood that can't afford it. No, these are wealthy people.
Over
these are
leveraged.
Middle class. They're overextending themselves. And then when they do that, you can be in position. You can have as little as $10,000, $15,000 and buy yourself a $300,000 house. Real talk. You know why? Because the tax liens happen every day. Real talk. Exactly. We know. And so when you have that debt, like this young lady had, guess what? Ericka and I, we can go to the auction. We own 240 properties in Detroit. Guess what? I've been in the Detroit market since 2005. And guess what? We own them all cash, baby. Did you hear me? We own them all cash. So I can go to the auction, ladies and gentlemen. There's two major auctions in Detroit, in Oakland County. There's one in March. That's the small one. And then the big one is in October. So I can go to the auction. You bought your house with NACA, 5% down, 2% down, overextended yourself because you didn't know 30% of your expenses are going to go up because they're going to reassess the property because the county assessor makes their money how? By your tax bill, dum-dums. You know what I'm saying? And y'all don't like that, but I'm talking to the person who's trying to always cut the corner and not do what's right. So now,
not the classy climbers, it's them other people.
We ain't talking about the classy climbers. We're not talking about the 7th Street. I'm talking about the other people just hop on this for a quick minute trying to get some free nuggets. Okay? So now we go to the auction. You bought your house last year. You bought a brand new house, built it from the ground up. You put 3% down, and then the market went up. The gas prices went up. The utility prices go up. And now you're tight, baby. You're tight. And so now you get a couple of payments behind. Then you get 4 payments behind. Now you're embarrassed. So now you have quiet desperation. And now you're going into forbearance. Then after your forbearance, you're going to foreclosure. And then guess what? Ericka and I, we roll right up $10, $15, $20,000. We pay your tax bill and we get your property and we turn right around, sell it to somebody and make 30% profit. Real talk. And I give you 3 guesses and the first 2 don't count. How I can guarantee it. It's called 240 properties. That's what it's called. So now I can do that philosophy. Take that young lady with the $485,000 worth of debt. I can build that model for her, buy that property, have $100,000 worth of equity. I can slide a portion of that debt into that property, sell it to Ericka, still make a profit. Ericka still get a good deal, and it's a win-win-win. Did y'all hear that? But guess what? All
they got the replay.
Gurus,
they're gonna get lost.
you're gonna have to go back and rewatch this, and you're gonna try to figure out how to do that. But guess what? I ain't giving you information that you're gonna just be able to apply without accessing some real professionals. You hear what I'm saying? So now, since I've sat down with over 25,000 people, I didn't see everything except her situation, but I got a fix for her. But I told her 2 to 5 years, really 5 to 7. Okay, so that's the reality.
Because 485,000, you guys, even if she spread that over the next 10 years, she's paying like $50K a year to get rid of this debt. And so I think a lot of times people, they get, oh my God, I got to pay $50K a year for the next 10 years. And so I don't know if she's interested in getting married, having kids, any of those factors, but that's a high number of debt, you know, to you guys. Because I mean, it literally, I called off a wedding in North Carolina because the dude had over 150,000 in credit card debt I didn't know about. And he had no decision to want to tackle it or get rid of it. So you got to be able to have a mindset. And someone might come along and want to date her or marry her, but she's got to definitely have a plan. And so I'm not speaking for her. I don't know her business, but she may want to have kids and get married. And so you guys got to really take these things serious when you're going out racking up this debt. People get over leverage every day. It's not a new story. It happens every 7 to 10 years, every time the recession comes. But you have to have a plan.
And the thing is, Ericka, it happens in all social economic groups. That's the reality. But if you don't have access to mentorship and have access to resources, you on the poverty side, you can't get out. But that guy and girl who's in the upper middle class, they got access to other networks that can give them the ability to get out of their debt alternative ways you don't know because they're not teaching that in your schools. And what they're not teaching on these streets called YouTube and IG from the newbies who stumbling into money, and they're stumbling into money because their personality. They read a book, which I'm excited about, but you ain't licensed. You ain't got 10 years experience when the stuff hits the fan. You know what I got that you don't got? I got 3 things that these people on these platforms that are making 6 figures, $1 million. And when I'm talking to the people that are 25 to 35, they're out here, man, in 3 years, I made 100 million. Okay.
That's
So
the
let's
stimmy
go back.
money businesses. It ain't
Let's
real
go back.
yet.
Let's go back and give you a lesson, baby, and experience. I've been through 4 major catastrophes. Okay. Number 1, it was called Y2K. Number 2, it was called 9/11. Number 3, it was called the Great Recession. And what's number 4? The pandemic. And you know what's different between you and me? I've continued to go upwards because I have experience and expertise. And every time we went through a catastrophic event, we found a solution and we created a service and a product to service the next one that transpires. You hear that? So that newbie who y'all might think, oh man, he hating. No, I ain't hating. I'm just saying, guess what? I never take advice from somebody who ain't been through a hardship. Mm-hmm. Real talk. Because what can you teach me other than you had some ignorance on the fire, right place at the right time, you in a development that's conducive to success, that you don't really have to do much. You understand what I'm saying? But when the market corrected during the Great Recession, let me tell you the mortgage business, all right? So before the Great Recession, we were putting loans on the properties, Ericka, regular traditional loans, hard money loans. That model went where a house in Detroit, there was $150,000. We probably had 20% down. So we had, 30, 45 grand into it. We were making the average 12 to 15% return, maybe making $200 in net NOI on the residual side, right? But when the market went sideways, all those loans became toxic and the property values dropped by 60%. Did y'all just hear me? The property values dropped by 60%. So since I'm not a real estate investor, ladies and gentlemen, and I don't like real estate, I just use it as a necessary evil for my portfolio. I packed mine in and sold them back to my partner. Did y'all hear that? I packed my 12 properties in and I sold them back to my partner at 60 cents on the dollar. Now, you may not be able to do that because you probably lost money. I made money on every one of them because I was doing the hard money loans and all that good stuff. But here's the reality. The model changed from putting mortgages onto investment property to completely to buying them cash. You know why? Because the valuations weren't coming back. Instead of playing appreciation game, we started playing the cash flow game. Did y'all hear me? We started playing the cash flow game. So guess what? I was out of the market for 3 years. I sat down with my mentor, like Ericka said, ladies and gentlemen, she get counseling at a higher level. So I sit down in Vegas at the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight. I'm sitting at my mentor's penthouse and I said, man, I got a cash flow problem. This is in 2015. I had a lot of assets, but you know what? Entrepreneurs, they occasionally have cash flow problems.
This happens, y'all. It happens. I don't trust nobody that ain't had a cash flow issue.
Exactly.
I don't trust anybody that had one failure. I don't trust them.
Exactly.
You only know
I'm having a cash flow problem. So I asked the expert, hey, how do I get out of it? He said, hey, buddy, go get back into the real estate, specifically in Detroit. I said, what? He said, yeah, go do that. Get the cash flow, pull together some chips and work your way out while you're still building your other businesses. So I said, okay, cool. I do what he said, but I don't do it right away because I had an ego. I took 6 months, Ericka. So we moved forward to the end of 2015.
Wait a minute. DJ, the money coach, had an ego?
Yeah. Evil going on, right?
It happens because you win it and then you frustrated.
Exactly. Yeah. So what I do, ladies and gentlemen, I reluctantly call back up my best friend from high school, Clarence, and I say, hey, Clarence, man, I need to get some properties because Curtis told me that I need to get that cash flow up. So I pulled together $50,000. Now, here's what people don't know, Ericka. Guess what? I pulled down that $50,000 by getting some money from my first cousin. And we went into the deal. We bought 3 properties for $50,000, fully rehabbed, $800 a month. I still own those properties. Now, matter of fact, I sold one of them last year. So check this out. We went from loans to appreciation to maybe a couple of $100 in passive cash flow to a reverse model, owning the properties cash. And that flipped the whole script. Most people can't overcome that, Ericka. Yeah. So since 2016, I bought 1 property in that market in Detroit up until 2020. So I had 7 properties times 800. That's $5,600 a month in passive income, baby.
And that's life changing.
And that's life changing.
That's
and
more than what some people are making.
That propelled me through that cash flow challenge and got me back on the right side, that now I am flowing fluently in a whole bunch of opportunities. And here's the real deal, is that my experience, that newbie right now that hasn't had that experience, when their tough time come, because they don't have the proper corporation, they don't have the proper insurance, they're going to have a fall, and the people that are following them, they're going to fall even harder.
Yeah.
That's facts.
a lot of people that were crypto, look, if somebody in the chat right now, put 5,600 in the chat, put 5,600 in the chat. You got to realize a lot of people in crypto done got quiet. A lot of these geniuses in Forex done got quiet. A lot of these geniuses that know how to make money when the stock market going up done got quiet. A lot of people in trucking got quiet, or they doing what? They done got back in that truck and have to physically drive that truck. Listen, y'all, there's no one out there who haven't had a hiccup since 2020, right? This isn't these people getting these PPP loans and just hopping this fence. People who are really in business, some folks took a hiccup. It's okay. If you are a real business builder, a real cash flow receiver, you know how to keep going. Now, some of you may limp. In the trucking industry, this is what you're going to see. I'm telling you now, 33% of people, they're going to go and fold out, go and close it out because they don't have the lines of credit to hold them up. You're going to have another third. They're going to be prospering. They're going to be rolling. They're going to have government contracts. I know 2 ladies right now with government contracts in California. I'm proud of them. And then the other third are going to be limping. And the stuff I'm telling y'all now about your QuickBooks, your data, your insurance forms, this stuff will save your life. I'm telling you, if you have the paperwork to protect you, this is what you need. If you got the data that shows the records and shows what you need to a bank, to a lender, to a adjuster, to a lawyer, you're going to be all right. You're going to be just fine. Keep it kicking. DJ, they're throwing a bunch of 5,600 in the chat. Now, somebody may say, well, man, that's all, man. He got all them properties. Listen to me. Listen. How many people don't even make 5,600 a month income? How many people don't make 60K a year?
Exactly.
And this is coming in passively. See, people talk down on landlords, not realizing we are providing people housing for their children to sleep tight at night. That's the craziest.
That's $67,000 a year for all you people who don't know. And guess what? Because we own them cash, emphasis cash, we're having much higher returns. So our returns were 34% annually. So you take 34% divided into 72, how quickly we got our money back. Those first 3 houses, I got all my money back in less than 2.5 years. So now I'm playing with the bank's money. Do you understand? So what's the average income for an individual in the United States? It's like $48,000. So I'm making more than
million
average
Americans
person.
Make $30,500 a year. You hear me?
And again, let me give you another lesson. Okay.
Wait, DJ, did you hear me? 75 million Americans make $30,500 or less a year.
Now I know that. You know why I know that? Because I was in a little small bill pay business. Here again, here's what your people don't understand is that, again, I've been an entrepreneur for 30 years. I've started 12 businesses, ladies and gentlemen. 8 of them have failed miserably. I'm going to say it again, miserably. But you know what? I figured out how to make 4 of them 7-figure businesses. And we actually are embarking on one that probably in the next 36 months, Ericka, it's going to be an 8-figure. It ain't no probably. It is going to be an 8-figure business. And you know which one that is? That's the one that we got these hats and a beautiful garment on called Zanzibar, baby. So let's pivot right now and let's talk about the stuff that they want to hear about, all the good stuff, all the beautiful stuff, the lifestyle, the pom-pom lifestyle, how they can participate in that. If that makes sense, ladies and gentlemen. So let me share it with you. And I think Nick just sent you the video, Ericka. Check your email. He did send you the
I got it. Kadar. I'm killing her name always.
Kadara's gonna be mad at you.
Listen, Miss Muhammad.
There you go.
Muhammad sent me to me. Listen, Miss Muhammad, when we going to
before
Dubai?
you set up that video, let me give him some context, okay?
Okay.
Let me give him some context. So we're gonna do a quiz here. So if they can answer the quiz, I'm gonna give one person a free bundle. Okay. So there's 4 major destinations in America that middle class, working class people build their lifestyle socially around. All right. I'm gonna say it again, ladies and gentlemen. There's 4 destinations with a festival tied to it that Americans, working class, professional, build their social lives around. All right. So here's the question number 1. For families that have 2 kids and 2 parents and they're age 0 to 12, what's the number 1 destination that they take their children to once or twice a year if they can afford it? Tell them to put the answer in the chat. I'm gonna give 5 seconds, then I'm gonna name it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's called Disney. Okay. So do you know that there's Disneyland, Disney World, Disney Euro, Disney Japan, and they're actually about to open up Disney Italia. Now, let me ask you a question. If you had $10,000 and 2 decades ago, you invested in Disney and had shares when they first built the Disney Euro, the Disney Japan, how much would that be worth to you? Guess what? That 10 grand, Ericka, and for the people to listen, that would have been close to $250,000 to even $500,000 20 years ago. Okay. So that's one destination that they go in the summertime and they go in Christmas because they want to have that Cinderella and that Sleeping Beauty experience, right? At the wonderful world of Disney, right?
Disney.
But we didn't get that opportunity. So here's another one. 2 of 4. So where do college kids go for spring break?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They go to Cabo.
Yes. Tulum.
They go to Florida. And they've been doing this since the 80s, baby. So here's what we're going to do. Ericka, pull up this website. And it's actually being promoted on hotels.com now. You know what website I'm about to ask you to pull up? Pull up Hotel Iscarre for our group right quickly on your website. Put it up on here. Take me off.
Be careful. My HP been cutting up. Let me see.
Is it cutting up? So Hotel Iscarre. Here's what I want to tell your people while you're pulling that up. So Hotel Iscarre is an all-inclusive 5-star resort. Just opened up in XCARET. So put hotel in front of it. XCARET.com.
You want the Playa del Carmen one? Playa del Carmen.
Yep, that's the one I want. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is a resort, 5-star inclusive resort. What's so special about it? All of their excursions are included in the one pay. They have a Michelin restaurant. So any of you connoisseurs know the top of the level of the cuisine business is to have a Michelin star. It's harder to get a Michelin star than it is to win an Emmy, an Oscar, a Tony. Okay. So they have all of that. They have over 10,000 people have visited this beautiful luxury resort right down the middle of Playa del Carmen and Tulum. I was a pre-VIP in 2017 in December. I went there, all inclusive. I think we paid like $6,000-$7,000. I thought it was very pricey. I got there, best all inclusive place I ever been to in my life. So good, Ericka. I went back in 2018, and I spent even more money. Okay, so I met the chief operating officer of that hotel luxurious resort, and I said, I got 50 to 100 grand. I want to invest in this because I know this is going to hit. And he said, hey man, you can have $2 million. This is a private equity, and it's no foreign investors. Private equity and no foreign investors. That's it right there. That beautiful resort is only been open for 5 years, Ericka. And when we tried to go there for Memorial Day weekend, the suite that I stayed at was $1,500 a night. But this resort is so amazing now is that it's now on hotels.com premium commercial. Now, if I would have been able to invest my $50,000 in 2017, Ericka, it would be worth almost $500,000 because they have 6,000 rooms sitting on a private peninsula, and they have the best service, the best excursions on any all-inclusive I've ever been to. And ladies and gentlemen, I go to a lot of all-inclusives. Now, here's the message to the story. Again, they have that destination and they have a festival that happens every year like clockwork that people plan their dream trip around. Summer vacation, spring break. Okay. So you can take that down now, Ericka. Now I'm gonna give them destination number 3 with a festival. Okay. So the third one is where we all go. Where do adults go? What's the place that what stays in blank stays in blank?
What stays in blank stays in blank.
Yep.
Does anybody in the chat knows?
We play in blank and it stays in blank. We don't tell nobody what
in blank.
Yep. What happens in blank stays in blank.
Anybody know? Put it in the chat.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Vegas, baby. Vegas.
Hey, look. I was in Vegas and I ran across Superstar Customs. And he said, hey, Ericka. I looked back. I said, what's this?
So check this out. I'm giving y'all a history lesson. So I'm going to take you 3 reimaginings of Vegas. So let's go back if you're old enough to know when the first $1 billion hotel was created in Vegas. It was like 1999, 2000. You know what that hotel is called? The Bellagio. It was the most expensive hotel in the history of the world at $1 billion, right? Mm-hmm. So if you had back then $10,000 invested in the real estate investment trust part and had dividends paid, that $10,000, Ericka, would have made you $500,000. Okay. Now, Vegas got reimagined around 2012. You know what happened in 2012? The not the Bellagio, but the Wynn Hotel was created. The Cosmopolitan Hotel was created, and the Orbu is some expensive Japanese hotel was created. Mm-hmm. These hotels record numbers $7 billion to build. Okay. And again, if you would have taken a little $10,000 investment, because this is a destination with the actual festivity. What do people go to Vegas for? Fights. Everything. Gambling.
Truck show.
Exactly. All the major expo shows are in Vegas. It's a money maker for the developers and the people who own the resorts on the strip. You understand? It's almost recession proof outside of the pandemic. That one little hiccup, that's the only thing that caused Vegas to lose money for a short period of time. Right?
Look, they had on masks and smoking at the casino. Hold the mask down, smoke the cigarette, play the guitar.
Exactly. So that's your third destination. Now let me bring it home to all of us that look like the same, you know. So there's a little thing around Easter that they celebrate in New Orleans. What is it called?
Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras, baby. Mardi Gras. How long Mardi Gras been around? Been around for as long as I've been living. So here's what you need to know. If I built the resort, the hotel, the restaurant around Mardi Gras for 3-mile radius, people plan 6 months, 12 months, buying their packages to go there. And then we go to a little festival called the Essence Festival.
Oh, so listen, they cutting up this year. They got extra days on Essence Festival this year.
Exactly. So listen to me. I'm giving y'all an economic lesson on how to do big boy business, big girl business. I just told you 4 destinations wrapped around a festival that is recession proof. Now I'm about to show you one that we own. Now I'm going to show you one that we own that you can participate in. Instead of you having experience, you have your $5,000, $10,000 investment. You can roll to the hole like a real estate investment trust and make money for generations to come. Guess what? Do I care if you believe me? Don't care. Because here's what I know. The likelihood of you ever having an opportunity to invest in something like this is slim and none. Unless you are worth millions and millions of dollars. This one ain't rocking. So show them the video.
Okay.
What's up, everybody? This is DJ the Money Coach coming at you. Hey, I'm here in beautiful Zanzibar. That's right. Beautiful Zanzibar. I'm on the white sand beaches. In the Indian Ocean, baby. That's right. That's right. We live in the lifestyle, the pom-pom lifestyle. Plenty of money, peace of mind. So tell you what, only takes 4 dirty little words to get everything you want in this world. Number 1 is discipline. Number 2 is accountability. Number 3 is plug into a proven system. That's the 7 spheres of money. And then number 4 is work. That's all you got to do. Hit that link right now. You can get the ABCs of wealth and the Zanzibar trip information from us. And the masterclass, we're going to hold an amazing masterclass talking to you about the pom-pom lifestyle and all the things that are upcoming. You don't want to miss this, trust me. We now at Kendra Rocks Beach and Zanzibar, baby! Check it out. Check it out, baby. Check it out. Look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. Hey, you deserve to be here, baby. You deserve to be here. What's happening, everybody? This is DJ the Money Coach coming to you live again at another awesome place called Kai Beach. And this is in Zanzibar, baby. Check it. So out there you can see those are hotels out there, right out on the ocean, baby. Check it out. The love sign. Right there. That's right. Hey, it's DJ the Money Coach.
And this is Chuck Coach.
We making it happen right here, Mr. Kite. That's right, baby. And they're gonna put the sign here, DJ Money Coach Chicago in the house.
It should be right here.
Right here.
Right now.
Y'all got to come here for everything. Seafood, water sports, and great hospitality. Hakuna Matata.
One of all time.
Hey guys, this is the best spot I have ever been. Mr. Kite's restaurant, right down from the Reservoir Resort.
what's happening, guys? We are over here at Humba Town for the CPS development that we are actually going to be buying a couple of units here, and they're having what's called Market Day, man. This is awesome. Check it out, everybody. Right there, right ahead, far ahead. That is the Indian Ocean right there, guys. That's the Indian Ocean right there. It's going to be an amazing development, man. And you want to invest over here, trust me. It's going to be better than you ever can imagine. So you need to check it out. This is what it's going to look like. This is what we're talking about right here, Humba Town. So this is what we're investing in, guys, right here. And guess what? You can invest with us too. Oh, so we have bunk bed type here. And the other unit you have is So you guys see that? You can see the Indian Ocean from here. So that'll be a great aesthetic value.
He wrote "Pom Pom Lifestyle" in the sand. Move them arms. Get that sun on that. Get them sun on them arms.
So check this out, ladies and gentlemen. You've seen us in the pictures together, Eric and I together. So here's the deal. Let me keep it a buck with you right now, okay? So not only we're offering you an opportunity to go back to Zanzibar with us August 21st to August 30th. Ericka will be with us.
Which is after the boat party. I'll be on the plane.
I will be at the boat party with Ericka, okay? Just so you know. All right. So I will be there.
At the winery.
Exactly, because we're teammates. Eric and I are teammates. Emphasis, team, okay? So here's the deal. We're going to offer you an opportunity not only to come to Zanzibar, but we're going to give you the ultimate opportunity to actually invest in Zanzibar. I'm going to say that again. We're going to give you the opportunity to have a bucket list trip, but then we're going to have you an opportunity to own the bucket list trip. You feel me? And so I'm going to challenge you. I don't need your help. Let me just keep it a buck with you.
But we'd like you to join.
We would love for you to join us. And I'm not saying that in a negative way, but see, sometimes people misinterpret, oh man, you're just trying to sell me something. No, I'm just trying to give you exposure to the next level. Okay? Because here's the reality. On a sliver, if Ericka didn't call me in December 27th, just saying she was taking a bucket list trip that her and I talked about August of 2021, I wouldn't be here to share this with you. So because I was blessed and I had the opportunity to take advantage of it, and I'm playing chess. Do y'all hear me? In the replay, I'm playing chess. So let me tell you how this really works. So we took our trip, and when I found out that I knew people that actually already owned property in Zanzibar, I saw what the opportunity was. I originally was going to buy 2 units over there. Instead of buying 2 units, ladies and gentlemen, I bought a whole resort. That's right. You just heard me. I bought a whole resort. And I'm going to show you, if you're wise enough, I'll allow you to come into a presentation free, F-R-E-E, free. We're doing a presentation for Zanzibar Saturday at 11 a.m. Central Time. Saturday at 11 a.m. Central Time. If you're interested, all you got to do is hit an email link that our business manager sent to you. Now, with that said, I'm going to also show you how to actually take advantage of the actual trip. Ericka's slot. And again, Eric and I have been there together, and we're going back together as owners. So think about this. Those 4 destinations with those festivals tied in to make it recession proof. Guess what? Every time you take your bucket list trip or your family vacation, you're making wealth for the Marriotts.
Well, let me also put it to this. Let me tell them this, DJ. We were there, and Instagrammers were in the pool.
Well, I guess I'm on this thing by myself. So apparently Ericka will come back. And I just see here. So she was telling you guys. I'm on this thing by myself. So apparently Ericka will come back. And I just see here. So she was telling you guys. So she was telling you about when we went over to the trip, ladies and gentlemen, that there were actually influencers that actually took a trip over there to shoot, copy for Instagram and YouTube to actually, create content so that they can sell the images and things of that nature. So while we were there, and instead of me taking that trip with Ericka, I actually took my own trip with my own connections that I had a friend, again, through science, technology, entrepreneurship, access to mentorship. So I have a family friend that I knew for 20 years that actually was in Zanzibar before I went to Zanzibar. He told me about what he was doing over in Zanzibar. Then he told me how it can actually go over there for half the price. So I jumped on it. I actually took my sister and myself for the price of what one person paid. Are you back, Ericka? Okay.
Skynet so disrespectful. Go ahead.
So go ahead. I was trying to fill in the gaps for you.
Okay, go ahead. Let me go back and see if I can pull it up. Y'all, Skynet, it won't let you be great. The disrespect. It's just unreal. Okay. This is what the page was we on before I left. If I kick off again, y'all, I apologize. Go ahead. Go ahead, DJ. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah. Okay, my bad. So this is all the things that you're going to get, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to get full, all-inclusive 2 meals a day, breakfast and dinner. You're going to get ground transportation, first class. You're going to get 2 world-class excursions. You're going to get an exclusive beach party. We're going to have a welcome reception. And we're also going to have access to the actual investment properties that we own in Zanzibar. Do y'all hear me? So we're going to fly in, get off the plane, take a tour and a trip of the properties that are already been developed by CPS, which is the largest developer on the peninsula. And this is actually their 4th property, which is their Bentley. And they have 10 standing luxury condominiums, duplexes, and penthouses on this island peninsula. Now, let me give you a proximity. So you saw Hotel Escarre. Hotel Escarre right now, you couldn't buy that for less than $1 billion. Okay. So if you took this sole peninsula that's in Zanzibar, which is in Tanzania, which is on the east coast of Africa, and you were actually able to buy one of them similar to was that okay?
All of it. Can y'all hear me? Put a 1 in the comments. I apologize.
I can hear you now.
Need an email from us. Also, everybody who's on the show, I'm going to put this in the community tab. If anybody can hear me, put a 1 in the comments. This is time. Man, it's crazy. Can y'all hear me? It's bad. Listen, y'all. I'm about to restart the computer and restart the internet. But I just want you to know, listen, I apologize. They said it's choppy. Oh no, it's breaking up. All right, you guys, listen. I tried. Sorry.
I can stay. If you want to reboot, I'll finish explaining to them if you want to reboot. So let me share this with you, ladies and gentlemen. So it's an all-inclusive trip. It's primarily for investors first, but we welcome everybody to come with us. It's a limited space. I think we have 5, maybe 5. I think we have 5 spots left. We're taking 20 people. We may go up to 30 because it's such a popular demand for it right now. But this is a first-class trip that you would take once in a lifetime, but it's a tremendous business opportunity for you as well. Because think about it. Again, they have a thing that's called kite season. I want you to look this up, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to Google Paje Beach in Zanzibar and Google kite season. So 6 months out of a year, they have this major festival that goes and everybody from around the world come to visit and take advantage of the beautiful waters, the beautiful experience, the people, the culture. And here's the key thing, ladies and gentlemen. The dollar exchange is 10 times better you can get anywhere in the Caribbean, including Mexico. That's right. Because for $1 their currency is called a Zanzibar shilling. It's 2,300 shillings to $1. I'm going to say that again. For $1, you get 2,300 of their US they're Zanzibar shillings. So when you saw me eating that lobster dinner, that if I had that here, it would have probably been about $100-200. The way they served it out, it was only $25. And that was lobster, prawn, crabs, drinks included. Okay. So what we're going to offer you is the opportunity to come hang out with us, enjoy this once in a lifetime trip. But most importantly, we're going to give you the opportunity to actually have a piece of the pie. That's right. We're going to give you an opportunity to invest in the luxury condominium, penthouse, and the duplexes that we're building right now in Zanzibar as we speak. We actually will be taking the keys to 2 condominiums that sit right on the Indian Ocean. And I want to give you perspective. If you had a condominium on South Beach, if you had a duplex townhouse in the Hamptons, if you had this in Marina Del Rey in Los Angeles, and if you, where I come from, city of Chicago, on the Magnificent Mile on Lake Michigan, adjacent to Navy Pier and the John Hancock building, a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom overlooking Lake Michigan is $1.5 million. We're taking down and building this whole luxury condominium complex, ladies and gentlemen, for that same investment price. And we're going to share that opportunity with each and every one of you who are seriously interested in having a world-class investment, a world-class experience, and you can create generational wealth. Now, this ain't for everybody, but we're just showing you, again, 4 major destinations that I showed you at the top. Give you a real quick review: Disney, Vegas, Cancun, and Mardi Gras. People spend 6-12 months in advance planning for their experiences, spend thousands of dollars. They get a great experience and they don't own nothing. We're going to give you the same opportunity to go on the most beautiful beach in the world called Paje Beach in Zanzibar and have the experience, have the destination and the festival the 6 months out of the year, and have a world-class investment opportunity. So if that makes sense to you, hey, click on that link that Ericka has in the description below. And before you do that as well, we're still going to give you a bonus opportunity to get consumer debt free, build your credit score to 800, show you how to build businesses, invest in real estate, and leverage the tax laws the proper way. And we'll also give you 2 high-end consultations with me and one of my 7 spheres of experts on our team, and 2 master classes. And all you got to do is hit that link below as you're watching this in the replay, and you'll have the pom-pom lifestyle. That's plenty of money and peace of mind. And you can come travel with Ericka and I across the beaches of the world. But most importantly, you can own a piece of the world. Think about that. That's how amazing this is when you play chess and you have access to science, technology, entrepreneurship, access to mentorship. That's what we're offering you, ladies and gentlemen. And it's for a limited time. So I would encourage you, hit the link. Worst case scenario, come check out the presentation on Saturday at 11 a.m. Central Time and see if this may be something that fits in your portfolio. And if it is, you're in the right place at the right time. And if it's not, I hope you find, your peace of mind and your plenty of money and be consumer debt free. So we're excited. So hopefully Ericka can hear us now, and she's back online because I see her scrolling through the things. So you can see everything, ladies and gentlemen. And we're just excited. I mean, Ericka had a blast over there.
I had a blast. I fell asleep. I got sunburned. I ate a lot of seafood. You'll be sick of lobster at the end of it. So listen, you guys, I'm going to email out the 15,000 people on our email list tonight because of the choppiness. We're going to email everybody. We're going to send you the links, send you DJ special. And we're also going to put it in the community page on the community wall. For those of you who are in the private YouTube, that some of y'all paid the $2.99, right? I'm going to do a few videos over there offline this weekend so you guys can have more conversation with me. So listen, this internet's powerful. I done told DJ, I done told a lot of them, after the boat party, when you see me, you're going to either see me in Zanzibar or you're going to have to physically come see me at one of my construction sites. We are taking an internet break. I know I say it every year, but this year we really mean it. So in order to really fully live, travel, and finish our projects on time and close out projects over the next 60 days, hey, y'all, it's a great time to come with us. It's a great time to hop on a flight. Some of people have kids. Hey, homeschool them kids. Bring them with you on the plane. It's a lot of fun opportunity to see you guys in Zanzibar. But go ahead, DJ. Anything else you want to close them out with?
Yeah, so we've had a couple of people say, hey, you know what? I can't stay that whole time. If you can stay 5-7 days, our travel experts, Darren A. Williams and Michael Moore will handle all the arrangements. Because yes, it is 10 days, but you can come for 5-7 days. Trust me, it'll be the best investment that you ever make in your life. I promise you. And the last thing is, you need to plug into these training, master classes. Our next master class, which we rescheduled for tomorrow night. So instead of we normally do on Wednesday night because we had to accommodate the wonderful Ericka Williams. So tomorrow night, ladies and gentlemen, that's right. So tomorrow night at 7:30 Eastern time, 6:30 Pacific time, we're going to have actual training on business systems, business credit lines, and personal finances. And that's going to be brought to you by who's called Dr. Baker, who actually teaches how to do that. We're actually going to have Chase bringing their community people to the platform as well, because that's my sponsor, ladies and gentlemen. And then the week later, we're actually going to do personal finances, real estate investments, mobile home investments. So that's on the 29th of June. And you don't want to miss these trainings. These are top tier trainings, just rated the #1 training masterclass for the middle class in the last 10 years. That has been certified by Chase, not by DJ the Money Coach. So all you got to do is get what's called 2x2 for less than $200. You'll get 2 master classes from us. You'll get 2 consultations from us. And you'll also get access to the best investment opportunity on this side of the continent. So, hey, I want you to have plenty of money and peace of mind. As always, got to show. And I want you to come travel with us around the beaches of the World Club. And the beach this time is Eric and I are going back to Zanzibar. But this time we're going back as owners, baby. That's right. Owners. Get your piece of the real estate in the motherland and enjoy the experience and have it pay for you and be wealthier as you get older and not poor. Okay. So I appreciate everything. Ericka, thanks for having me on your show again. And hey, if you got any questions, I'll also give you that old style number, 866-395-3042. 866-395-3042. If you have any questions, I'll answer your questions. And yes, I answer the questions personally, ladies and gentlemen. I don't offshore you to some DA or anything. I personally speak to everybody to have interest in what we do, because we've been around 20 years. It's 20 years this month, Ericka. We are actually celebrating our 20-year anniversary in June for starting the Ramsburg International and the Learning Institute for Financial Education. You can find me on LinkedIn because I am a pros pro. I'm not some YouTuber. Nothing wrong with being a YouTuber, but I'm a real business system
YouTubers
owner.
are the best.
Just like Ericka. You darn all right. YouTubers are phenomenal. Yeah. And Ericka, if y'all don't get plugged into Ericka's system, I think you are making an unwise decision. The Classy Climb, the Smartphone Millionaire. Every time I talk to people from Ericka's group that plug into our programs, she has changed their lives. If you're not plugged into Diamond Dave, he's changed their lives. And I don't say that lightly. I'm telling you, these are best in class people, best in class systems, and they got the best programs on these platforms, and they're licensed in what they do, they experience, and they're very easy to work with. So I encourage you to do that. And I met Ericka on a sliver. Literally, ladies and gentlemen, I had a client of mine told me about our program, and we literally almost missed each other. And thank God 2 years ago, we were smart enough to catch up with each other, because it's been nothing but a blessing. So I thank you, Ericka, and I appreciate you.
For sure. Listen, you guys, it's been a blast. We will see you guys again next month, but you guys know what happens July 5th through 8th. I'll be in Panama City at Scale It Up Real Estate Summit. I'll be talking on microeconomics. Hopefully the book and the audio book will be done. If you're in my digital real estate class, you know what I'm talking about. Hopefully it'll be done in time for me when I get on stage. You guys, if you haven't, grab the ABCs of Wealth or come to the boat party. And I heard it's going to be in our bag of giveaways. So giveaway goodies.
You got to stand up and show them that. You got to show them that Zanzibar beautiful garment you got on. That is amazing.
I can't. I'm gonna give them the.
Oh,
I got
man.
the desk locked and stand up. The colors are great.
Sweet.
I've got a shirt being made that I will wear to the boat party. You guys are gonna love it. It's very colorful.
I'm gonna have on my Zanzibar gear too. I'm gonna have on my Zanzibar gear too.
Man, they got me on the fabric, DJ. I thought I bought a whole yard. The man's about no. She cut you a yard short. She cut you a little short.
I said, no.
He was like, you didn't check? I said, who walks around with the measuring tape? I don't know. He's like, oh, she got some fabric. I said, well, can you make me a shirt and a wallet since you can't make me a shirt and pants? Yes, I can make you a shirt and a wallet. I said, okay. So button-up shirt it is and wallet it is, y'all. So y'all think y'all like it. But anyways, you guys, this is your girl, Ericka, Classy Climb Blog. I will see you later. DJ, have a wonderful night. Holler.
We'll see you tomorrow night.